Hello children, welcome to the class. Today let us study the second unit of geography section, Lithosphere. Children, in this chapter you are going to learn the meaning of lithosphere and its importance, the structure of the earth and its composition, the structure of rocks and the internal forces like volcanoes, earthquake, tsunami, etc. and the external forces like temperature, wind, rain and rivers, and the meaning of underground water and its importance. In this class, you are going to study about the meaning of lithosphere and its importance, the structure of the earth and its composition, and the structure of rocks. Children, in previous lesson, you have learned that Earth is a living planet. Why? Can you answer? Why the Earth is called a living planet? Yes, the Earth is the home for all forms of life like plants, animals and human beings. Because of its suitable distance from the sun, range of temperature, life supporting gases, atmosphere, water cycle, etc. So, we have the suitable atmosphere, water, etc. on the earth. So, earth is very unique planet and it is called a living planet. Children, what is the total geographical area of the earth? It is 510 million square kilometers. 361 million square kilometer is covered by water. It means 70.78% is covered by water and 149 million square kilometer is covered by land. It means 29.22% of the total earth is covered by land. What is the shape of the earth? You know that it is the geoid. Children, you have learnt that the total system of the earth is placed into 4 major subsystems. They are lithosphere means land, atmosphere means air, hydrosphere is the sphere of water, and biosphere which has living things. Children, in today's class, you are going to learn about the lithosphere. What is lithosphere? Lithosphere is the outermost solid layer of the earth. Why it is called lithosphere? Litho means rock. So, the layer consists of rocks and hard substance is called as lithosphere. The lithosphere is very thick in the continents. Observe this picture. It is thick in the continents. So, it is called continental crust. The continental crust is thick and it is quite thinner under the sea floor. Under the sea floor, it is called as oceanic crust. So, continental crust is thick and the oceanic crust is thin. Let us know about the importance of lithosphere. See, life exists on this layer with the help of atmosphere, and the hydrosphere. With the help of atmosphere and hydrosphere, there is the life on the lithosphere. And this sphere consists of rocks, minerals, salts, etc., which are essential for the living things. And the continents are the parts of the lithosphere where different landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains, etc. are found. So, lithosphere is very important for the existence of living beings. Children, do you know this? Our planet Earth is more than 4.6 billion years old and still in the process of changing. The Earth is continuously changing. And what is inside the Earth is still a mystery for man. With years of study and research, human beings have been able to get information about the materials inside the Earth up to 10 to 12 kilometers. Why it is so difficult to find out what is in the inside of the Earth? Because going beyond this depth is very difficult due to the increase of temperature. See, the temperature is increasing 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters. So, it is very difficult to get inside the Earth. Let us know about what is in the Earth's interior. How is it in the interior of the Earth? So, let us study about the interior and the composition. The Earth's interior comprises of various materials in their different forms. Observe the picture. Intersection of Earth. Let us know about the classification of the Earth's interior based on the density of the materials in the Earth and the chemical composition and the physical state of matter. The Earth's interior is classified into 3 layers. They are the crust. Observe the picture. The crust, and the second one, the mantle, and the third one, the core. These 3 are the important layers of Earth's interior. Let us study one by one. Children, what is crust? The crust is the uppermost layer of the Earth. It is rich in silica, aluminium, and magnesium. And the depth of this layer is around 60 kilometers from the surface. Observe the picture. The depth of this layer is about 60 kilometers from the surface. Children, observe this picture. The crust has 2 layers. One is the upper part. The upper part of the crust is called as sial because it consists of silica and aluminium. Si, silica, Al, aluminium. The upper part is rich in silica and aluminium. So, this upper part is called as sial, and this is the continental crust. This is continental crust. And the lower part is called as sima because it is rich in silica and magnesium. Si, silica, Ma, magnesium. So, the lower part of the crust is called as sima, and this is oceanic crust. You have learned that the continental crust is thicker than the oceanic crust. Children, let us know about the second layer of the lithosphere. It is the mantle, and this is the middle layer of the earth, and the depth of this layer is up to 2900 kilometers from the surface. The materials are in semi-liquid or partially molten state. This is called as magma, and the mantle is composed of dense and rigid rocks which have predominance of materials like magnesium and iron. The mantle is divided into two parts. One is upper mantle. Observe the picture. The upper mantle is also called as asthenosphere, and it is partially molten in condition. It is partially in a molten condition. And the lower mantle is called as mesosphere. The lower mantle is mesosphere and the upper mantle is asthenosphere. And the mesosphere is in solid condition. Remember this, the asthenosphere or the upper mantle is in molten condition and the mesosphere or the lower mantle is in solid condition. The contact zone of the crust and the mantle. Observe the picture. This is the contact zone of crust and the mantle. The contact zone of the crust and the mantle is called Mohorovicic discontinuity. And the boundary that separates the mantle from the core. Observe this, the mantle and the core. The line between the mantle and the core is called Gutenberg discontinuity, and the line between the mantle and the crust is called as Mohorovicic discontinuity. Children, let us learn about the core. The core is the innermost layer of the earth. The core is the innermost layer. Observe the picture. The crust and the second one mantle, and the innermost layer is the core. And the depth of the core is up to 6,371 kilometers from the surface. This is the depth of the core. This is the innermost layer of the earth. So, these are the three layers: crust, mantle and core. The most important material of the core is nickel and ferrous. So, this is known as Fe, Ni, nickel, and Fe, ferrous. Ferrous means iron. So, the core is called as Fe, nickel and ferrous. There are two sublayers in the core. Observe the picture, the outer core and the inner core. Outer core and the inner core. So, the outer core is in molten condition. The materials are in liquid form. So, the outer core is molten core and the inner core is solid core. The materials are in solid form in the inner core. So, the inner core is solid core and the outer core is molten core. Children, let us know about the rocks. Rocks are very important material in the lithosphere because lithosphere is the sphere of rocks. So, we have to learn about rocks. Children, what are rocks? Rocks are the solid inorganic substances that are found in the crust of the earth, and they are the aggregates of minerals. Let us know about the formation of rocks. Rocks are formed due to various natural processes. Observe the picture, how the rocks are formed. Due to heat and pressure, there are so many natural processes in the earth's interior as well as the exterior. So, rocks are formed due to various natural processes. On the basis of the formation of rocks, the rocks are divided into three types. Which are these three types? Observe the picture. The igneous rocks, the sedimentary rocks, and the metamorphic rocks. Observe the pictures also. These are the three important types of rocks. This is classified based on the formation of rocks. Let us study one by one. Children, let us know about the igneous rocks. Why this is called igneous? The word igneous means fire. This is derived from the Latin word ignis or the Sanskrit word agni. Igneous rocks are those which have been formed by the cooling of molten matter of the earth. You have already learnt it is magma. The molten matter inside the earth is called magma, and the igneous rocks are formed by the cooling of magma. This is molten matter of the earth. Igneous rocks were first to be formed. So, this is called primary rocks. The two important types of igneous rocks are intrusive igneous rocks and another one extrusive igneous rocks. Children, let us study about the intrusive igneous rocks. Observe the picture. When the molten material of the earth's interior do not reach the earth's surface, observe the picture, they cool and solidify slowly below the surface. So, they are called as intrusive inside the earth. So, it is called intrusive. And these intrusive rocks are made of large crystals and are found at great depth inside the earth. These are the examples for intrusive igneous rocks: granite, dorite, and gabbro. These are the best examples for intrusive igneous rocks. Let us study about the extrusive igneous rocks. The rocks are formed by solidification of magma above the earth's surface. When we reach the earth's surface, we call it as lava, and rocks formed by the solidification of magma above the earth's surface are called extrusive igneous rocks. Observe the picture. It is above the earth's surface. The intrusive rock is inside the earth, but the extrusive rock is above the earth's surface. These rocks are generally fine grained or glassy because lava, after reaching the surface of the earth, cools and solidifies quickly. The intrusive rocks cools slowly, but the extrusive rocks solidifies quickly. Basalt and andesite are the examples for extrusive igneous rocks. The secondary rock is sedimentary rock. The primary rock is igneous rocks and the secondary rock is sedimentary rock. The word sedimentary is derived from a Latin word sedimentum, which means settling down. Observe the picture. The weathered materials of the rocks are sedimented in the ocean, in the surface of the ocean, inside the ocean. So, they are called sedimentary rocks. Sedimentum means settling down. Children, water, ice and wind. These are the important agents for the formation of sedimentary rocks. Observe the picture. There is the process of breaking of igneous rocks and there is the erosion and there is the transportation and then there is the deposition and then the formation of sedimentary rocks. The deposit of these materials often occurs in the form of layers or strata. Therefore, sedimentary rocks are called stratified rocks. Observe this picture. The sedimentary rocks are formed after the disintegration of igneous rocks. Observe clearly. This is the rocks formed after the disintegration of igneous rocks. Therefore, they are called secondary rock. And these rocks are also called aqueous rocks because they are formed in the water bodies, lake, sea or ocean beds. So, the sedimentary rocks are called as aqueous rocks. These are formed in the water bodies. Observe this picture of the types of sedimentary rocks. There are mainly two types of sedimentary rocks. One is inorganic and another one is organic. The inorganic rocks are formed mechanically and chemically, and also mechanically formed rocks are arenaceous rocks and argillaceous rocks. There are two types in organic rocks. They are calcareous and carbonaceous. So, these are the types of sedimentary rocks. Let us know about the mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. Rocks built up by the fragments of pre-existing rocks which have been produced by the process of weathering and erosion. For example, sandstone and the shale. These are the examples for mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. Let us know about chemically formed sedimentary rocks. Chemical sediments are commonly formed by the process of evaporation of water containing salts in solution. The examples for chemically formed sedimentary rocks are rock salt and gypsum. The organically formed sedimentary rocks are those derived by the accumulation of remains of organism. So, it is organically formed because of the accumulation of remains of organisms such as shells of marine organisms, remains of plants and animals. For example, the limestone and the coal. Children, let us know about metamorphic rocks. Observe the picture. How is the metamorphic? Metamorphic rocks are those which are formed by the process of metamorphism or alteration. Metamorphism means alteration. These rocks are formed by the process of alteration of pre-existing rocks. Which are the pre-existing rocks? It may be igneous rocks or the sedimentary rocks. So, these rocks are called as metamorphic rocks. And metamorphism means change of form which may be physical or chemical or both by the influence of heat and pressure. So, these type of rocks are called metamorphic rocks. Examples for metamorphic rocks. The gneiss is formed by the granite. So, gneiss is metamorphic rock. Like that, schist. Schist is formed by basalt. And marble is formed by limestone. And quartzite. These are formed by sandstone. And graphite is formed by coal. And diamond. Diamond is a metamorphic rock which is formed by graphite. So, gneiss, schist, marble, graphite, diamond, these are all the metamorphic rocks. They are formed by other rocks. Metamorphic rocks are the hardest rocks on the earth. These rocks supply precious stones. For example, sapphire, ruby, emerald and diamonds, etc. Children, in this class, you have learnt about the lithosphere, the meaning and importance and the composition of Earth's interior, different layers of the interior of the earth, the crust, mantle, core, and the formation of rocks and the types of rocks and the examples. Children, this is the time of recalling what you have learnt in the class. Fill in the blanks. The uppermost layer of the earth is called dash. Yes, this is the crust. And the upper part of the crust is called as dash. The upper part of the crust is called as seal. The lower part of the crust is called as dash. Yes, the lower part of the crust is called as seama. The contact zone of the crust and the mantle is called as dash. Yes, it is Mohorovicic discontinuity. The boundary that separates the mantle from the core is called as, yes, it is Gutenberg discontinuity, which is the innermost layer of the earth. The innermost layer of the earth is, yes, it is the core. Children, write down these questions and write the answers for this question and show it to your teachers. What is lithosphere? Mention the three major layers of the interior of the earth. What are rocks? Mention the types of rocks. Give examples for igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Children, in the next class, you are going to study about the different internal and external forces which cause the changing surface of the earth. Thank you, children.